If you collect comic books and send them to CGC, you don't want to miss this episode. Great White and I, and a special guest, are going to grade 10 comic books, send them into CGC, and you will find out what we got when they come back in the same episode. You don't want to miss it. Do we get them right, or do we fail miserably? We're going to find out.
Nerd, nerd, nerd. Nerdfarious.
I'm Stark, Tony Stark's cousin.
And I'm Great White.
And we're here with Kenney from Bravo Blast Entertainment. And today we're going to go through and grade some comic books. And then we're going to find out when they get back from CGC what grades we got. Now, hopefully, we'll all still be alive when they get back because
we're kind of old and they're really slow.
So. And it is the CGC.
Yeah. I'm also going to get these books pressed. So we'll see how that affects our grading when they come back. Our first one is New 52. This is the Suicide Squad #1.
So on this book, I have it at 8.5 currently, pre-press. But there is multiple color-breaking spine ticks and a lot of non-color breaking bends. So I have it at an 8.5 right now, possibly a 9.0 after a press.
Yeah, I'm right in line with him. I had it an 8.5 also for a lot of the same reasons. But like you said, I'd be curious to see what the score is after it's pressed and everything. So
I had it down as a 9.2 after pressing. But like I said, we're going to do, this is before, and we're going to do an after video when they come back, and we'll see how it goes. So it's been 9 months later, and we got the books back, and you're going to see how they graded.
Okay, first of all, we have Suicide Squad #1 coming in at a 9.4. Seems reasonable, a little higher than I had it, but...
Yeah, I had it as a 9.2, so that's pretty, I'm in the ballpark.
Yeah, I was very fine near mint, so
nice.
That'd be, I guess, a pleasant surprise if you thought it was going to be a 9.0. And yeah.
Okay, for our second comic book, we got the New 52 Detective Comics #1.
So this book has less sharp corners, and it does have some bends down at the bottom of the cover and some color-breaking spine ticks, minor ones, but breaking all the same. So I have it as currently at a 9.0. After it's pressed, I would say it could go maybe 9.2. 9.2.
Okay, I went a little bit higher. I missed a couple of the things on the back that Mr. Mesnard just pointed out. But I think right in the 9.2, maybe a 9.0. But that's about where I am.
Yeah, I'm in line with these guys. I've got down to 9.0.
And here we have a Detective Comics #1 that scored is a 9.2. I actually did something right. I nailed it.
Yeah, I think, what'd you have, Bradley?
I had a 9.0. Okay. Yeah, it looks like Ken and Bob hit it right on the button. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, for our next book, we've got Batman 423. This is a Todd McFarlane cover that everybody loves.
Again, it has a lot of non-color breaking bends on the spine, which will probably be pressed out depending on who you have do the work. And there's some very minor color breaking spine ticks. So I have it down currently as just an 8.0 with no press. I think with the press it could go up to probably a 9.4, 9.2, 9.4 I'll say.
Also, like I said, pre-pressed everything. I had it down as an 8.5 for a lot of reasons. I'm not sure everything's going to come out of it, but I could be wrong, and we'll see.
Yeah, I had it down as a 9.0. I'm hoping that with the pressing, that it's going to come back better.
And here we have Batman 423 come in as a 9.2. Way above where I had it. Way above where I had it.
I was a little low on that. I said a 9.0.
I was 1 point off, 1 grade off. I went 9.4. but they must have seen something I didn't see.
So now our fourth comic book here is Batman 457. This is the first Tim Drake in new Robin costume.
All right, so this one has sharp corners, which is nice. No blunting. It has a lot of, when I say a lot, more than 2 non-color breaking bends on the spine, which can be fixed. A couple little ticks here. The back is worrisome to me because it's got a hard color breaking spine tick in the top left corner of the spine, and a couple other ticks, and then some other things that may or may not press out. So I currently have it as a 7.0 pre-press. I would say afterwards it could probably get it to a 9. I don't think it would go higher than a 9.
And in that case, I'm going to be wrong. I thought it was in better shape than that when I looked it over. And obviously I could have missed some stuff. We just got to glance at it briefly, but I had it 9.2 finished.
Well, I obviously missed a whole lot because I had it down as a 9.4. So that's going to be an interesting book when we get back to see.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, some of those things that I think can press out. It just depends on, there's a lot of trouble right up there. If you can see it in the right light, that's where.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's where I'm talking about.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Here we have Batman 457 coming in as a 7.5.
Yeah.
Not really sure where we went wrong on that one.
Well,
I had scored much higher.
Yeah. I had a 9.0, so there must clearly be something that
that
they're seeing or something. Oh, I can kind of see a lot of spine ticks. I don't know if I saw those before or not. That's a lot.
Back.
Yeah, it's a lot of color breaking spine ticks. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Is it your book?
It's my book.
Not a fan.
Not a fan of that.
You know what? That Ken points that out. You look at the cover. I mean, that's why. You gotta look your books over real good because just looking at the cover, I think we were much closer than the final score. But
yeah,
everything counts.
Okay, on to our number 5. This is Detective Comics 583. It's the first appearance of the ventriloquist and Scarface.
So this is a really nice looking book. It's got a couple just very barely noticeable bends on the spine, sharp corners, no abrasions. I have it currently at a 9.4. I think with a good press, it could get 9.6.
Yeah, right on the same line. I had it as a 9.4 also. It could go up, but we'll have to see what happens in the pressing.
Yeah, actually, I think that's one of the better books that we're looking at, and I had it down after pressing as maybe a 9.8.
That wouldn't be unheard of. But to me, any time that there's color breaking spine ticks, it's kind of it takes it right out of that 9.8 range. But I have seen 9.8s with some color breaking spine ticks. If everything else is being equal, assuming you're starting at 10 and then working your way down. But that's
Yeah.
We have Detective Comics 583, 9.8.
That's what I'm talking about, people.
That's what we're shooting for.
That's great.
It's actually, I had it a little bit lower than that, but good for Stark. That's a nice book.
Yeah, I got that one right on the money.
I think that's a difficult grade to get. So I had 9.6, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. Our next book is Detective Comics 880. This is a Jock Joker cover.
Yeah, there's not much to nothing. It's got a couple bends. They don't look to be color breaking. So, I have it as a 9.2, but I think with the press, it'll get 9.4, 9.6.
Okay, and this is one of the few that I thought it very possibly could be a 9.8. I had to really, really look to find anything that could possibly bring it down, but we'll see.
I had it down as a 9.4.
And we come in at a 9.4.
Nice.
Very nice. I actually had it scored a little bit higher myself, but
Yeah,
that's still a nice score.
Ken and I both got it right on the money.
Yep.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, apparently I really like that book.
This is a Justice League number 3, and it's a limited test edition that used the Superman logo instead of the DC bullet.
Well, this one has a little bit more issues than some of the others we've looked at. There's nothing seriously color breaking, but there's some hard dents in it. And mostly sharp corners, but the back also has a lot of issues. I currently have it as a 7.0, but I think with a really good press, you can get probably up to 9.0.
It's like we're sharing the same mind. That's exactly what I have it down as well. I think a good cleaning and a press, I think, like you said, a lot of that is going to go away. But we'll see.
I had it down as a 9.0 with a good press as well.
I concur.
I concur.
Justice League number 3, another 9.4. Start sending in only the quality books.
Well, I think the guy that we used to clean and press did a really good job.
Yeah, well, CFP does really good work.
Now everybody's going to go use CFP, man.
We'll never get our books
We'll
through
never
now.
get our books back.
Edit it out.
Yeah. Well, no, he did a nice job. I don't have a problem plugging it. That's a nice book.
Yeah. So all of us scored that a 9.0, and then it came back a 9.4.
And it's very possible it would have been a 9.0 if it hadn't been pressed.
Yeah.
That's my story.
Yeah. I agree. Now we've got Thundercats number 1.
Oh, snarf.
Snarf.
So I currently have it as a 7 for a lot of the same reasons that the Justice League had the same thing. A lot of weird wrinkles and color bends in it that don't look to be color breaking. I mean, after a press, I could see this getting up to 8.5.
And I agree. I had it down higher, but when Mr. Mesnar was holding it up, I caught a reflection across of the of this top corner, and there's a line in there, and I'm not. Yeah. And so it just raises a question mark in my mind. I'm going to drop it down to an 8.5 after everything. A little bit of spine roll, but yeah, I just revised.
I had it down as an 8.5 after pressing.
Is Thundercats number 1, 9.0.
Well, I'm only a half point off.
Yeah, we all scored this an 8.5. Yeah, I'm happy it came back a 9.0.
Yeah, and I actually don't remember that was scoring that, but yeah.
I'll be selling that book. So, unless, they make, a movie with Tom Cruise as Panthero or something.
There's going to be a Thundercats, you know it. Mm-hmm. Someone's going to make it.
Okay, moving on to our next one. This is The Punisher number 1.
A lot of pressable defects in it. No color breaks, sharp corners. The back top left corner looks to be missing just a piece of it. So I'm going to say it's going to be probably, at best, 9.2.
Yeah, I had it just a little bit lower. I had it an 8.5 for many of the same reasons that Ken pointed out. And there's a few issues to me on the front cover. But that being said, like, good pressing could take care of a lot of it, and I could be way low.
I had it down as a 9.0 after pressing.
Punisher number 1. This score is a 9.4. Did much better than I originally had it as. I had it as an 8.5, but I'm glad to see that I'm wrong.
Yeah, it came back higher than all of us thought it would. So that's great.
What'd you have?
I had a 9.0.
Okay, I had 9.2, so I'm in the ballpark with that, I was thinking that maybe something up there on the top corner was probably...
It might be here on the back.
A little blunt. And
yeah, but
And it's a newsstand, which people are real real interested in now. So,
yeah. It's a funny story. Side note: you gave me a Punisher #1.
Oh, did I?
In that box, the Avengers box, your overflow, there was a Punisher #1 in there.
Oh,
I'll take
that back.
It's not that quality. That's probably why you put it in the box in the first place.
Well, I gave away the first appearance of the Punisher. So.
Oh, did you?
Oh, man.
Long time ago.
Okay, moving on to our last book of the 10 that we're grading today. Iron Fist #1.
A lot of pressable defects, some color breaking, spine ticks. It's got blunted corners, a little bit of an abrasion. I say after a press, it could get up to a 7.
Yeah, I had it just a little bit higher. I think a lot of it come out. The blunted corner obviously will not, but I had it down after pressing and everything as high as possibly an 8.0.
And I guess I'm living on optimism because I have it down as an 8.5. So after pressing, so
I think we're all in the ballpark, but a lot of it, I think it depends on the grader. Sometimes I've seen things in other videos and stuff that's come back that it's kind of subjective. So hopefully
the way they do it is 3 people look at it, kind of like what we just did, and they kind of I look at it without seeing your grade, and then they kind of do some kind of average or something like that. But it also depends. There's a lot if you're a worker and you're having a bad day, you might not necessarily be putting out the best work that you're possibly doing. And there's been some crazy stuff come out of the CGC that as like a 9.8 that you would never sell it could never sell it for those prices because it's just clearly isn't. They've been putting a lot of wrong labels on books. Sometimes I've seen a book upside down inside the case.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's been some, wrong labels. So, given that, and we'll see what happens when these come back.
Iron Fist #1 come back as an 8.0. I got lucky. I nailed it.
Yep.
Nailed it.
I had it lower. I was 1 full grade off.
I was higher. I had it as an 8.5.
Oh, it's your book. I would expect you to be optimistic.
You get it with a half point though. I mean, that's
yeah.
Because all it is some other person,
right?
As well.
So I did some tabulation, some math.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice.
And
math is hard.
Yeah, math is hard. And so every one of us got 2 of them right on the nose. Okay, so it was a 3-way tie. So I wanted to see. Well, let's take it a step further and let's see how far we were off. Okay, so if you scored, let's say you said it was a 9.0 and it scored a 9.4, then you were off by 2. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, tabulating the 10 books that we had, Ken was off by 13, so for an average, 1.3. So you're only off by 1.3 each time, on average. Bob?
Yeah. Yeah, no. I lowballed a couple.
19.
Yeah.
So he's off by 1.9.
Yeah, we'll call it 2. That's fine.
And then I came in at 14. I was off by 1.4. So Ken, big winner. You know your comic book rating.
Put that feather in your cap.
Just barely, though.
Yeah.
Just barely.
If you like this comic book grading video, hit the like button, leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Or we'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. We've got more videos like this planned, and you're not going to want to miss them. If you love comic books as much as we love comic books, hit that button.